What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We have a massive news that happened yesterday from the Pokemon Center queue. If y'all don't know, it was great. It was absolutely amazing. We have a new Pokemon Center queue, and I thought a little bit being like, hey, what is really the thoughts of this going on? Is this actually a good queue? For the most part, I did do a little bit of a poll kind of at the end of the stream yesterday. A lot of people said they really liked this queue. It did just go on. I literally just got done with it probably like 20 or 30 minutes ago. Got done with the queue. And there's a couple of things that I want to go over in this video that Pokemon Center has actually done extremely well. Extremely well. As I said in my last video that we talked about the Pokemon Center queue, that things were starting to change. On the last drop, we kind of knew things were starting to change because I think at the time it said like, oh, like your position is 1, so we didn't really know your position or anything like that. There's kind of some things hinting to being like, okay, there's going to be a new queue coming. In this drop right here, we figured it out. This was a great drop for the queue part of it. Don't worry, we'll get into the other part of it. It wasn't really the best. I mean, it really depends how you look at it. But the queue part of it, I think it's really, really good. I told y'all before, the Pokemon Center queue has been the best queue since this kind of initial start of all this going on. In the very, very beginning, Pokemon Center queue was cooked, but it has gotten better and better and better over time, in my honest opinion. We have had bots kind of go on through this a little bit. I know error 17 for a lot of people. I know error 20 for a lot of people. There's been so many different errors. I understand that. But overall, for the most part, for the general population that I have seen, like I said, I'd like to say this for the general, not everybody, I understand that. But for the most part, a lot of people have the best of luck with Pokemon Center. Walmart did just recently change theirs yesterday as well too, the limits and stuff like that. Hopefully that went well. This video is kind of being recorded before that all happened on Walmart Wednesday, so hopefully that went well for y'all. First off, before we get into this, I do want to, if you can do me a favor and let me know down in the comments, what was your kind of thought of this new queue? Do you actually like this queue? Do you think this is really, really good? In my honest opinion, I think this is amazing actually. What they have done is good and bad. There's kind of one negative to it, but I guess it kind of makes sense anyways, and kind of it's how it always was. So if y'all don't know, Pokemon Center has a new queuing system. They have a wait time now. For the queue. You can wait in line now and not have to be like, okay, I'm in position, how long is it taking, this, that, and the other, what's going on here, what's going on there. You have a timer now. You have estimated wait time. It did fluctuate between how long and how soon you got into the Pokemon Center. The highest I think I've seen the queue up to, I think it was like 1 hour and 30 to 2 hours, around there. We'll have to see when it actually is a massive drop. This is a decent sized drop, don't get me wrong, it wasn't nothing crazy, but this is a kind of, what this drop really was a test drop, because we know later this week or the beginning of next week, we have Mega Dream, Legendary Dream, Pokemon Center ETBs, and other products dropping on the Pokemon Center. So I think the Pokemon Company is kind of use this queue and use this time to kind of just try it out a little bit. That's typically what the Pokemon Center does when they like to try stuff out. They just kind of throw just random stuff up there and be like, okay, let's see how the queue works. So with them doing this is a really good sign moving forward to be like, okay, we have Legendary Dream coming here shortly, because they wouldn't have done this queue anyways, because they don't like to do new stuff whenever like new drops and stuff like that happens, because of pretty sure what happened with Phantasmal Flames. I'm pretty sure they tried to do something new that day and it got botted out like crazy. So in my opinion, I think the Pokemon Company just like to try this out to see it. But now you have a wait time. I would say it is very crucial to kind of get in there as soon as you possibly can, honestly, which is kind of crazy, but I mean that's kind of how it's always been. I had personally my experience was not the best. I mean, if y'all were alive, I got in the queue. I got extremely early. I think I had like under 10 minutes, so I got really lucky with estimated wait time. Got in there for a while. The one thing that was really interesting, and it seemed like it was just with the beginning of, I guess, the wait time and kind of general, I did see a couple of things that I want to talk about. For me, example, I got in the queue really early. I was at like 10 minutes. I stayed at 10 minutes for a little while, but after that I went up to I think like 20 minutes for like 2 or 3 minutes, then I got dropped back down to 10 minutes. So it seems like for the first 5 or 6 minutes that you're actually in the queue, it kind of recalibrates itself and figures out, is it actually your position or not, figure out what's really going on here. So that is the one thing I would say it seems like happens, because people got in like this like an hour, then that I think like 10 minutes later dropped down like 30 minutes. So you have to wait a little bit to see really how long you have to really wait. But once you figure that out and kind of fluctuates and goes to your actual time, that's how long you actually have in the Pokemon queue. That's what it kind of goes by. And also there was 2 other things that was mainly a massive big deal for me. First off, I want to say RIP to the delivery Pikachu. A lot of people are saying that in the stream, so no more delivery Pikachu. We haven't really had the delivery Pikachu in a while. It was really the Snorlax, so that was the main thing. It was kind of the Snorlax for a little while. RP to the Snorlax as well too. Now we're on to the Psyduck, which, you know, it's a friendly face, you know, it's nice. But this is something that I want to talk about and that I've seen on the live stream. This is massive right here. This is so good. I'm so glad the Pokemon company is doing this. This is such a big deal. So if y'all don't know, right when you typically had on the Pokemon Center, before this new queue system and everything like that, you had to go and find the product. So you had to go into Pokemon TCG, go look around for it, figure out what's dropped. If you don't know what dropped, you don't know what to look for or anything like that. So it's kind of rough for you. But with this drop right here, right when you logged on to the main page, the product came up. That is amazing. That is such a good thing. Such a best thing for Pokemon to do. We have seen this typically where they've done this before. It's been where they drop like some bundles or something like that. For new products, we've known they've come up on the main page. That is like the main place where a lot of people were able to get it, because sometimes the pings wouldn't work and everything like that. But main page, it seems like all product is coming up on the main page as of right now, because the Pokemon company already knows it's going to sell out. You would say, oh, why isn't the Astral Radiant Build and Battle? Why isn't this product up there? They will only show products here, what I'm assuming is if they are still in stock. If they're not in stock, I'm pretty sure this takes off the page. It might or might not. I'm not 100% sure here. I know this Thundurus and Landorus and Tornadus 2-pack blister was up there for a little while, but I got kicked out of the Pokemon Center and I got Air 17, so I couldn't really float around and go through it a little bit and see if these were actually still available. Like even after the Charizard EX Premium Collection sold out, if y'all are on the Pokemon Center after the Charizard EX collection box sold out and y'all are able to still see this on the main page, let me know down in the comments, because like I said, I wasn't able to see it, so I don't really know what was going on and what happened. So this is a really good step in the right direction with them doing this. This is going to help out people so much. So Pokemon is a massive W for this overall. I would say there was a couple of other things that I think I kind of seen with a lot of people that had problems. One problem is I think some people were at like 1 minute for like 5 minutes. So that is kind of, I guess, like a regular thing that happened to the Walmart drops. But I do think the Pokemon Center queue is a lot better in my opinion. It's been better. It's always been better. They will always continue to do best. But let's kind of see what this actually says on here. It says, hey trainer, you are virtually in a Pokemon Center queue to access the Pokemon Center. That's nice. You got 4 o'clock. I don't know really what this is really. That's interesting. Estimated wait time 4 hours and 32 minutes. I'm pretty sure this was not his actual time in the queue, because there's no way. I did not see nobody like that. The highest I've seen was like 1 hour and 30 to 2 hours, I think was the highest. Let me know if y'all were different or anything like that. So this is right here. Keep this window open to stay in queue, which makes sense, which we've always been. Do not refresh the page or you will lose your place in line. So that is a massive thing right here. So that does confirm now, if your website auto refreshes, which I didn't really see, we'll have to see when we actually have a big queue or something else bigger drops to really see when we'll have the bugs with these kind of drops and stuff like that in the newer Pokemon Center queues. That's typically how it happens. Like these smaller drops like this, like I said, these are, I know it's big product, but like a new Pokemon Center ETB and like Astral Radiance Build and Battles and like Fusion Strike 2-pack blisters is a lot different than the new Pokemon Center ETB. You know what I mean? Like it's apples to like oranges and stuff like that. It's two totally different drops. So with that, when we actually do get a bigger drop, we'll actually be able to tell how this Pokemon Center queue actually works, everything like that, and see if there's any bugs or anything like that. But we'll see what happens. You are currently expecting a high volume. Oh, we are currently experiencing a high volume of requests. You'll automatically be redirected to Pokemon Center sites when it's your turn, which makes sense. So you just gotta wait for the timer to go down and everything like that. Thank you for your patience. We are looking forward to welcoming you to the Pokemon Center soon. So the one thing I would say is, sometimes what can happen is you'll be at like that 1 hour, hour and a half mark, and you'll go down to 30 minutes to 20 minutes. Sometimes you will go lower down in queue. But the one negative thing, like I said earlier, is the one negative thing that I don't like about this is, let's say you were like, okay, oh, the drop's happening, let me go in the queue. Let's say you came up to this queue right here, 4 hours and 32 minutes. How would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, do me a favor and feel for a second, like, how you would feel about this queue. You would feel like, I'm not getting this product. You see what I'm saying? That's the one thing that I don't like about this. But I would say it's kind of similar to the same thing before as being in a position. Like, if your position was like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, you kind of knew you were cooked. For the most part, I would say there was people that got 1 to 2 million in queue and still was able to get product. So that is interesting to see. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see how this really plays out. I do think this is a positive thing going forward. Knowing a time, oh my, it's so really, it's actually amazing, because we're just sometimes just waiting there in queue just because you don't know how long you're going to take. The one thing that's going to be interesting to see is if bots are able to get past this. As of right now, for the one that happened today, I don't think so. So I don't think moving forward it will be the same thing, but we'll have to really see how this plays out. In my opinion, this drop was amazing. New Q is great. Timer is absolutely great because you actually know how long it's going to take you now, like I said. But that's just my thoughts and opinions over this. Just kind of want to talk about this, kind of go over the new Pokemon Center Q. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Hey, we'll see what happens, see how this really does for a big drop, which we will be having coming here soon. So hey, stay tuned. Appreciate if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one. Peace.